All right, kids. Big 3, 2, 1 boom here. You know what's going on. This is Energy Boom 101, the Confluence, live from Boom U. This is a dispatch from the patch number, I don't know, maybe 105. No one knows. No one's keeping up. We're getting ready to hire Pony Express, though, because we're going to start sending dispatches, from the patch. And so we'll need the Pony Express. Now hiring at Energy Boom 101. By the way, we connect Crude to Consciousness here, which doesn't take much, one gusher at a time. And there'll be a few other slogans we'll throw at you as the hour unwinds. It's prepare yourself, though. It's only a 15-minute journey that we pound your mind with stories about the Confluence, which is where the market forces of crude oil and natural gas and cannabis meet. We like to say crude and cannabis. It sounds better. It's better received for the mind, so the kids in marketing love it. And this show is, I think it's Saturday, so we're probably going to do a new format for Energy Boom 101, the Confluence. It's going to be the Saturday wrap-up where we look at the week, this 5-day trading week on Wall Street for the marijuana stocks, just to see if this gives us a little insight, a little better understanding into how this market is taking shape. And in case you aren't aware, there's a brand new sector emerging, budding, as we would say. That was required by the lawyers for me to say that. Budding new sector on Wall Street. By the way, from Cafe Plaid here, check out the mural. The thing's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And there's all sorts of stuff going on there. And by the way, the Plaid right now, there's not a whole lot of bubble and buzz going on. It's simmering at low. It's at a low simmer. That's because the kids, KIDZ, are going crazy on spring break. They'll be back pretty soon. And for the next 10 years, this place will probably be booming. We hope to come back here in a year, every year, to show the increase in the boom as it arrives, if it does arrive. No one knows. And also, we now have 17 subscribers. We appreciate each and every one of you. We're going to be selling blue and gold sausage for the next 2 Saturdays in the weight training room in the FFA building, so everyone come out for that. And let's get back to the Confluence. I told you we'd talk about the Four-Leaf Clover today, which are the 4 marijuana stocks that we follow to try and understand this new industry. The first one, get ready for it, is Grow Life. Now, they had a lot going on this week, so prepare yourself. And this technology is amazing, isn't it, kids? Look at this. There's an arrow. You see that arrow moving? Unfreaking believable. Here it goes, Grow Life. Kaboom! Here comes the Grow Life spread, and we're going to take a look at that. And there's the chart, and we're just going to sort of basically see what went on for the week. So we go down here to the old 5-day spot. We hit that. Amazing thing happens. You get this chart that shows how Grow Life performed for the week. Looks pretty volatile, wouldn't you say? Those are some stormy seas, my friends. A lot of fun, though, to look at. A lot of fun to look at and try and figure out. Right here is the trading activity. Obviously, the spikes are the higher trading volumes that are associated usually with higher prices or lower prices if there's a sell-off. Anyway, this is what Grow Life did for the week. It didn't help me at all, so I'm sure it didn't help you, but that's all right. We'll get back to it. We'll flesh this out, as they say. This is just to give you a good idea of just the volatility, the mania that is in play and has been in play for a while. If you really want to have fun, by the way, while we're hanging out looking at Grow Life, let's have some fun with this thing. Let's do this. Let's see if I can figure this thing out, how to get like a history, the full history of Grow Life. And by the way, check this out. This is a great little reference here if we're going to be talking about the marijuana industry. Check this out. We're going to go straight to a headline from Seeking Alpha, which, as best I can tell, is a reputable place for traders and investors. High volatility creates trading opportunities for marijuana stocks Grow Life. That would be a big no shit on that one. You'll probably want to, I would recommend you read this. I haven't even read it, and I'd recommend you read it. How good is that? I'll give you the summary, though. Pot is currently hot in the stock market. That's great. Pot is hot. Someone trademarked that. However, Grow Life is overbought. Pot is hot, but Grow Life is overbought. Wow. Talk about trademarking slang there. Investors have gotten overly giddy. That would be an understatement. Speaking of overly giddy, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good to be back. Remember, the 9 o'clock show is different than the 7. Investors have gotten overly giddy. Therefore, I think there's more downside ahead. Okay, so everyone's clearly saying there's a marijuana mania going on in Wall Street. The problem is manias can last for 3 or 5 years maybe, or maybe 3 or 5 days. No one really knows, but it's a hell of a lot of fun to watch. It's fireworks. This is what I recommend you do. Don't invest more than $5. Actually, don't invest more than you can lose. So invest everything that you can lose and watch and have fun. Get crazy. Nah, I didn't say that. Let's go back to Grow Life, and I want to show you the history of the stock itself. So we're going to go to the max chart here, which is some crazy stuff. This is almost like a PowerPoint presentation for idiots. Now, check this out. This is the life of Grow Life as a stock. Now, it goes all the way back to 2008, for God's sake, so you're going back 6 years. And you can see she's going up, down, up, down, up, down, plateaus. Holy shit, up, down, plateaus. No one knows what's going on, but you can infer this. At one point, back in 2011, Grow Life was trading for 90 cents a share. For some reason, 3 years ago, investors got that excited. Will that day come again? Probably. I don't know. Here's where we are right now. We're at 58 cents. By the way, that's still under $1. So these things are incredibly risky. Fortunes are coming and going every day, which is great. That's what should happen in a mania. There's your lesson for the day, which means nothing. We were only 6 minutes into this thing, and you're already an expert on Grow Life stock, which I seriously doubt. But that is one of the stocks that we take a look at in the patented, the trademarked Four-Leaf Clover, which Lucky Charms is trying to challenge us right now. And my lawyers are talking with Lucky Charms lawyers, and apparently the leprechaun is going to settle because leprechaun haze is a strain that comes out of California, and Lucky Charms is wanting a piece of that action too. So it's all coming together. This is the Confluence. And let's see what else we have in the Four-Leaf Clover. Another fun stock to look at that's a part of the marijuana mania. And, of course, it's sort of the poster child is medical marijuana. Now, we don't need to see what they did for the week. Let's just go ahead and get a full-blown history of medical marijuana, just like we did on Grow Life. Let's just look at this thing ever since it came into being, which I know is an existential question, and we'll bring in the boomy philosophy department for that. But this thing came into being back in 2009, once again 5 years ago. Here's what's interesting. It came to market at 55 cents a share. It's never found its way back to its initial IPO price, but that doesn't mean a whole hell of a lot. It could go a whole hell of a lot higher than that, or it could go lower. I don't know. Why are you asking me? Why are you watching? However, that said, this is a poster child for the medical, for the marijuana movement on Wall Street, so this is why we're following it. We don't know if it's a good investment. We're just using it as a way to see what the hell might be a good investment a year from now. But there you go. There's medical marijuana. There's a few others we love to look at here. And the next one is cannabis science. If we can find those rascals, we know they're on here somewhere. We'll use the old pop-out feature. That's pretty crazy. Reminds me of a pop-up video from MTV, which was pretty wild. And considering this computer, I wouldn't even know how the hell to use this thing. But let's see if we can get any action here on the pop-out. Get ready, kids. This is going to get huge. Here we go. Now we're going to go to cannabis science, and we're going to check out their max, and we're going to see when they came to market, how long they've been around, and if that can tell us anything, which it probably won't. Wild. Okay, so cannabis science came to market back in 1997, and I don't even understand this chart, so just go ahead and give up now. If there's anyone still watching, for God's sake, end your misery now, end your suffering now. Just go ahead and unplug me. It's done here, because I don't even understand what I'm looking at, other than cannabis science did come out in 1997 at a much higher mark, whatever that means, because this isn't even... This looks like it's in millions of... You know what? For all we know, this could be in Confederate currency, so we don't know for sure, but we're still going to follow cannabis science because it's, once again, it's something that we're following to try and see the shape of a market, to make good investment decisions a year from now, or good trading decisions right now. Who knows? Now, let's go to the next one that's a lot of fun, and that is going to be probably hemp. Now, hemp is really interesting. It's a brand new company, and it has just... accelerated would be an understatement. So this is a fun one to follow. It has probably the most potential to crash as well as the most potential to soar. I know that makes a lot of sense, but just check out this chart, folks. Okay, so hemp comes on the market back in 2013 and just simmers, and then the Farm Bill gets signed. Kaboom! I mean, this is unbelievable. This starts in 2014, folks. I mean, right here is the first of the year. That's a scant 3 months ago, when it was at less than 2 pennies a share. and it went up to 30 cents a share before settling down at 10 cents a share. Now remember, this thing could drop further, I don't know. Here's what happened though. Smart money bought in right there when whoever they are, knew that the Farm Bill would release the restrictions on hemp being an illegal cultivation, therefore allowing hemp to be cultivated legally. And when the Farm Bill was signed, kaboom, it went up, and then the traders took their profits, and now it seems to be settling into a plateau. Speaking of plateaus, has your brain settled into a plateau yet? Because at 10 minutes into the hour, it's time to give you our second slogan of the day, which is illuminating the chasm between brain and bean, one gusher at a time. Pretty crazy, or in this case, one hemp at a time. Hemp could be a wonderful investment, or it could be a bust. Hell, I don't know. I'm just watching the fireworks, and that is a firework. Kaboom. Firework 101. But so hemp's another fun one to watch, and we'll see what happens there. So we've got 4 stocks that we follow. We call it the Four-Leaf Clover. We're really proud of how clever that was. It was that name came up from an... Oh, shit, what's this? Here he comes. He forgot to tell you. Here comes the lens that is forged in the optimism of crude oil and the compassion of cannabis. And it's helping us find, these little insights into the mind as we now deliver our third slogan, which what would you call them? The lawyers, those crackpot lawyers required that we say, which is, and we came up with this. We feel good about this one because it rolls pretty good. It's got alliteration. Here at Energy Boom 101, we're also enjoying the echoes of existence, one gusher at a time, as you enjoy your third nap of the episode. This dispatch, though, is just giving you a nice overview of the Four-Leaf Clover, so we're going to call it the Confluence and the Four-Leaf Clover, an overview. And we're probably going to go back to the Yahoo Finance, probably the home page, I think would be a good thing to go to. Right there. So just to let you know, we're still tracking the Confluence, which is a mixture of the crude oil stocks and the cannabis stocks as they settle on Wall Street every day, to bring you the story of the Confluence live from Boom U, which is just a sleepy little Midwestern university out in the middle of nowhere. You can't find it, don't try. But if you do find it, check out this mural, it's unbelievable. There's tons of stories in the newspaper. We'll get to those eventually. The Wall Street Journal. Look at this shot. Unbelievable. What does that do to your brain? We're going to bring over a professor at Boom U that's in cognitive perception, I think. And we're going to ask him to do an experiment on this right here. And if it's in any way helping our brain. Are we adding value in any way? I doubt it. We're wasting time. But seriously, folks, when we get back to the next dispatch, we will check out Wall Street Journal. It is full of stories. We're at about 13 minutes into it. I think you've been punished enough. And that's going to be it for this dispatch. 3, 2, 1, boom.